Blue Lock, the soccer anime. Anime I never thought I'd watch, but based on recommendation from a friend, I thought I'd give it a try. I don't know anything about soccer, but in this first scene, the main character passes the ball, sends it to his teammate, and right when they're about to score, they miss, allowing for this other guy who seems to be like the other main character, allows it for him to score and win the game. So, right off the bat, the main character we start with loses, and as we can see, his team is not the most mature when it comes to losing, because even the coach is just sobbing. Now, continuing to look at it, we see that he's different. He has some kind of ego, as you can see in this scene, like dark thoughts. But on his way home, he thinks about I'm guessing, his favorite soccer player, um, and how he did like a really cool shot. And we learn that he's been obsessed with soccer since he was a little boy, practicing, playing, yeah, all kinds of stuff. He's always been into soccer, and so that's a big part of his life. But he thinks of, what if I did this differently? What if I just scored the goal? And then we see this weird flame thing with his eyes. Anyways, after that, he scares a bunch of children by screaming in the middle of the park, and we go to his home, where he learns he's been selected for a um, football team, soccer team, football, same thing, but the other guy's there. Um, and they're there, so they go to enter, and they find a bunch of other players, a bunch, with creepy smiles, interesting things they're doing. And then we get introduced to this guy, the mastermind, if you will. And he's creepy, very much so. When I watched this episode, I thought, who is that praying mantis? But as we see, he starts explaining Japan's soccer history, all of that stuff. And then we learn Blue Lock, the name of the anime, is actually a training facility made to make the perfect striker, which I think is pretty cool, but seems intense. He goes into these popular soccer players and goes by their quotes, explaining how soccer isn't about team building or anything like that, but about winning, and purely that. Whichever team gets more goals is the winner, and that's all it goes to. Um, I thought that was pretty interesting twist, and of course the main character's like, well, I want to win, so he starts running for it to join the facility. Everyone else doesn't want to be left behind, and so they start running too. Now, they're actually in the facility now, and he learns he's the second worst player out of 300 contestants, according to the rankings. So he's there, and the worst ranked player must play a game of tag with a soccer ball, which is a interesting twist, but I won't judge. So he's there, and obviously the main character and some of the other characters are freaked out because one of them's going home just right off the bat. So he starts kicking the ball, trying to get someone out because he doesn't want to go home when he misses. Now, they're telling him to cut it out, but he tries getting a cheap shot on that guy. And he learns to not mess with anyone who's sleeping because they tend to have some kind of really powerful just thing to them. Like in a bunch of animes, there's always a sleeping guy and he's strong, but he gets the guy talking to the sleeping guy. Sorry, I couldn't really pick up their names. And then you see just how brutal this game is because the main character gets absolutely destroyed by that soccer ball unless you casually watch people knock people back with the soccer ball. But he's determined. So he's going and he sees that the other guy is actually like scared of him and then he twists his ankle. So cheap shot, right? And he's ready to go. Except there's something weird. Like he just stands there and watches him before he gets his hand or foot on the ball and the flames start. I'm hoping they're imaginary flames, but if they aren't, that's pretty cool. Gets ready to kick, and then he doesn't kick. Instead, he turns and goes for that sleeping guy because he was playing dirty. But instead of taking the shot, the sleeping dude, he just steals the ball just out of nowhere. Talks about going for the strongest, and the only way to win is to take out the strongest. So, which is his friend, the main character's friend. So he's not worrying about anything, and the main character's just mind just shifts, and he just goes for it. He gets the flare, and then he kicks the ball and destroys his friend's face. So now his friend is going home. Yes. Uh, Now he just wants to be the best, which I think is interesting. Um, Otherwise, first episode, really cool. Um, if you want to watch it with me, then I'm just watching one episode every day. Uh, Thank you all for watching and hearing what I have to say. Uh, I think this anime is going to be pretty good to watch. I'm also going to be doing movies and that stuff, so if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below. Thank you, and goodbye.